Okay, so we already discussed what is meant by multi-row functions, right? So single row functions means so each and that function is performing that operation on each and every row of the table and the result also for every row. So means if we have 10 rows, then that function is going to return for all the 10 rows. So if you see this police function is returning result for all the 16 rows, right? So it means not only this function, whatever we discussed till now, all the functions, that function is performing operation on each and every row of that table and returning result also for every row. But in case of multi-row functions, how it is going to perform? It is going to perform the operation on multiple rows, like a group of rows. First, it will group the data. On that group, it will perform the operation like this. Okay. On that group, it will perform the operation and the result will be for that group. Okay. So that's why we'll call these functions also as group functions. And we'll do some aggregations using these functions. So this will be also called as aggregate functions. Okay, multi-row functions or aggregate functions or group functions. We have only few things here, and we'll get some more functions that we'll discuss later. But in this chapter, we'll discuss all these functions. Okay, first thing is nothing, sum. You know very well what is meant by sum, right? Nothing. I'm just going to do some summation, add in something. Right? Let's do one simple calculation. I want to calculate all the employee salaries. Okay. So this is nothing but salary of all the employees, right? This is nothing but all the employee salaries. But I want to see the total salary of all these employees, which is nothing but I want to add all these salaries. Okay. You can do manually, but that is impossible. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to use this function called sum. What it will do, it will do summation, nothing but it is adding the value. Okay, see what is the output? 29,025. Means if you add all those salaries, then it is going to become 29,025. You can ask me one thing. There are few people without salary, nothing but null as the salary. But just now we discussed if any arithmetic operation with a null value will return result as null. But when I'm doing summation here, it is not returning null. It is returning perfect total value as 29,025. Okay. So there inside of this sum coding, okay, it's a Varahi inbuilt function. So inside of this function, this is automatically taking care of those null values if anything is there in the column. Okay. If you are doing it manually summation, then definitely you have to do it from your side using NVL function. But here I'm using an inbuilt function sum. It will take care of if any null values are there inside the cell column. Okay, so that's why I'm getting perfect result here now, 29,025. Nothing is there. That's it about sum. Okay, it is just returning summation value. Add after adding that all the columns, it is returning that added result. Okay, so I want to see this same salary, total salary, whatever is 29,025. For example, I just want to see this all the departments wise. Okay, we know we have some departments in EMP table, right? Okay, I just want to see what are the department numbers are there in the employee table. One department is there without number and the other are 10, 20, 30. 4 departments are there. So what I want to do now, for these 4 departments, total salaries I have to calculate. Like total salary, just now we calculated for all the employee table, okay, without any grouping. But I want to do now, okay, sorry, not without grouping. So here also I'm grouping all the employees into one group. Okay, all the employees into one single group. Okay, so on that group I performed this summation, so I got this one result because I created it as a only one group. But now what I want to do, I want to group this data based on department number. Okay, based on department number. So first group the data, group by department number, and then calculate the total salary. See now, I grouped it, right? Now what I want to do, I just want to calculate total salary. So now it will calculate total salary for each group because I made this complete data into 4 groups. So it will calculate now for all these 4 groups. See, this is 10th department total salary, 30th and 20th, and of course, null department, null salary. That is fine. Any confusion about it? So we discussed these are all group functions, nothing but first we have to group the data and then it will perform the operation. In first example, we are not writing any manual group by. Okay, so by default, it is considering entire data into one group and performed that operation. So it returned their total salary for entire empty table. But here manually I'm writing department wise grouping. So after grouping this data, I'm calculating total salary. Is clear? Any confusion? Clear, right? Till now, any confusion? No?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Next function. Average. Nothing to discuss much about all these functions now. We already discussed about some. Same thing. Simply it is going to return average value. Average is nothing but total salaries by number of people. That's it. So this is nothing but 2073. If you want to see the same average salary for each and every department, first group the data department wise and then calculate average salary. Okay. There is nothing much to discuss about all these functions now. Only remember what is the functionality of that. Okay, sum means it will return summation value. Average function will return average value. Okay, now the next function is max. So what are the functions now we are discussing? These are simple functions, but we are going to use regularly. Same, max also same, it is going to return maximum value. Okay, so instead of just average, I'm writing max. What it is going to return? Maximum value, means high value. From that salary column, whatever the value is there highest, whatever the highest salary is there, that salary is written 5,000. Okay, whatever the highest value, highest salary is there in the column salary, that value is written by using max. The same thing, I just want to return department wise. So grouping the data department wise and a max of salary. So now if you see 10th department highest salary is 5,000. Someone is taking 5,000 salary. In 30 department, someone is taking 2,850. In 20 department, someone is taking 3,000. Of course, null department is nothing. Okay, so that is about max. And then min. Min is just opposite to max. It is just going to return minimum value, means small value. So in this salary column, whoever is having less salary, that is going to return. So 800 is the lowest value, right? So that 800 is written here. If I want to see same thing department wise, group the data and then perform this operation. See 10th department, minimum salary is 1,300, 30th department 950, 20th department 800, null department. Very simple functions. No one will ask you any question in interview, but we'll be using definitely in real time. Now the last function is count. Okay, let's use with count as salary only. So what I'm trying to return now, I just want to count how many people are taking the salaries. Okay, how many people are taking the salaries? Let's see. How many are taking? Only 14 people are taking the salaries. But I think I have total 16 people. I will show you that by writing the same count function. Okay, I'm keeping star. Okay, you know what is meant by star, right? We discussed already in the first class. Star means one complete record. So I'm going to count how many records are there in the table. 16 records are there. But when I'm trying to check this, how many people are taking salaries? Only 14 people are taking salaries. Because other 2 people are taking null. Okay, those 2 people are having salary as null. So it won't consider for counting null values. It's clear? Same way if we can do the same using, okay, 10th department, 3 people are taking salaries. 30th department, 6 people are taking salaries. 20 department taking 5 people salaries. The null department, no one is taking salaries. Clear? Any question till now? No, right? Okay. Some general things. Okay, let me copy it first to the there, and some general things about these functions. As of now, we discussed all these functions with numerical things like salaries and all, right? But now what we'll do, I'm just writing one simple example. Let me know what will be the output for it. Okay, select sum of ename from MP table. Okay, what is the use of sum function? It is used to sum nothing but adding something. Okay, now what I'm trying to add employee names. Employee names is nothing but a text. Is it possible to add the text? Let's see. Okay, it's simply throwing error, invalid number. Okay, because it's impossible to add a plus b plus c like that, right? So same thing here. So why I'm telling this is, in some interviews they may ask you the questions like this. Okay, now you will be clear. But if you don't know exactly, while asking in the interview, simply you will say something. Okay, so that's why you have to practice like this. Now what I'm doing, same thing. I want to do it using average function. So what is meant by average? Same thing, right? It is going to return average value. Okay, but how to return using text? Definitely it will be throwing error. Okay, good. Now same thing using next function max. Okay, what is meant by max? It is going to return highest value or a maximum value, but in our case it is employee name column. It has to pick maximum name, highest name. Is there anything like highest name, smallest name like that? Please mute your mics. Okay, let's see. It is returning something, output is coming. Okay, so that's why I told you should practice. For the first two things, sum of ename is error, average of ename is error, but max of ename, we thought it is error, but it is returning RAM. Okay, let's see with other example, and then we'll discuss. Like I just want to write minimum, and we'll see what it is going to return, and then we'll see what exactly between these two is happening. It is returning Adams. Okay, so max is returning RAM, min is returning Adams. Okay, what is happening in between these two? Let's see. I'm just going to show you the complete employee names in EMP table. Okay, and also we'll do order by ename. Okay, DSC will put, okay, descending order. Now see, first value is Ram, good. Like that word started with W, capital letter W. Okay, this is R, small letter. Remember that. Then WARD word, VATSCS. Okay, then M, K. Come down, come down. Who is there in the last? Adams is there. That's why for min function, it is returning Adams as the lowest value, and for him, it is returning small value. Okay, so means what exactly happening? What is max and what is min in case of characters? Okay, we'll see now. I'm just repeating this once again. Simple thing. Select max of ename from EMP is returning small letters RAM started with R. Okay, min of ename from EMP returning Adams, and we'll just see this data in this by keeping that complete employee names in descending order. And after keeping that data in descending order, if you see small letter R is coming first, means that is highest, and then capital letter W, then followed by the capital letter A is becoming as a small letter. I mean low value. Means what is the order now? Okay, if you see this only capital letters, what is the highest one? Of course, W it is showing. Okay, but if you have Z also, Z will be the highest, A will be the lowest. Okay, Z will be the capital Z, I'm telling. Okay, capital Z will be the highest, capital A will be the lowest. But if we have small letters, then what will be the highest? Here we don't have anything, right? Okay, let's see one thing. Here we have two names started with Smith and Scott. What I want to do, I'll just update EMP table, set ename is equal to lower of ename. I'm updating that employee name with small letters. Okay, for whom, where ename is equal to, let me copy and paste it. Okay, Scott. One row updated. Now go and see for max what is happening. It is showing Scott instead of Ram. Okay, which will come first, R or S? R will come first, then S, R, S, T, like that it will come, right? So S is coming now as the highest value. Means if Z is there, then small z will be the highest value, then small a will be the lowest value in case of small letters. Okay, but if you compare both, okay, if you compare both, then which will be the highest value? Small z will be the highest value, then capital A will be the lowest value. Understand? Any confusion? This is the order of your letters, like how you will keep your numeric values in ascending order and descending order. Same way, if you try to keep your text data, strings data, so then highest value will be small z, started with small z, and the lowest value will be capital A. Okay, remember this. So that's why for max of ename now we are getting Scott. For min of ename, of course, Adams still. Is clear? Any confusion till there? Okay, so one last thing for today. What I'm writing, select count of 1. I already written count of star. Star means it is going to count the records. Okay, total records. Okay, so count of salary means it is going to count only salaries. Okay, if any null is there, it won't count that. Okay, so now count of 1 from EMP. What it will happen? 1 means what? It's not related to EMP table, right? It's not related to EMP table. So what we are going to expect now? Any output? Anyone?
It take first column, sir.
Okay, but it's not related to EMP table. Anyone? Okay, let's see. Okay, so as I told, it is just taking first column, 16 values. Okay, let's see now, sixth column. But it is not doing like that now. Let's take seventh column, eighth column. It is returning always 16. Understanding? No. It's counting from this empty table. That's it. How many are there in the empty table? Definitely 16 rows are there. So it is counting all 16. That's it. Okay. So for example, I'll clear it to you easily. Okay. By writing some text here, which is not related to empty table. This is not related to empty table, and this is not made by first column. Right? Sridhar? So now what will happen, Sridhar, for this? So you told one means first column. Good. Okay. If I keep 8, 7 also coming the same result, that is also fine. We'll discuss later. But now instead of writing number, I written some text here, Varahi. So what will happen? Any idea? No. No one.
sir.
Why no idea? We already discussed very well many of the times. If anything is not related to any table, then we have to use dual. If you are using this some other table, means what will happen? What will happen? It will return that same data for, you forget everything. I don't know what you people will do later. I'm just writing Varahi again here. Okay, from same empty table, right? So I'm writing empty table. How many times it is repeated? You know this or not? Everyone. So if it is not related to any table, then we have to use dual. From last 5 days, we are using this dual from many times. Okay, so because dual is having only one row, so I'm getting only one time output. Good. But here empty table is having 16 rows. Definitely the count will be 16 times. So it will go to the first row and it will count Varahi for one time. It will go to the second row and it will count now second time. Third row, third time, fourth row, fourth time. Like that, it will go to the 16th record. Now it counted 16 times. So that's why you're seeing here 16 as the output. Is clear?
Clear, sir.
Anyone is having confusion?
Yes.
Sometimes you may face some interview question from these last things, these general things, whatever we discussed, max of ename, min of ename, sum of ename, these things. Okay, so that is about complete functions. We discussed all single row functions and multi-row functions. Okay, so it's a big chapter for us, completed now. And so the next class will be the important class for us. We'll be discussing joins. Okay, so till there, whatever is happened, practice it as soon as possible. Okay,